Now on Good Morning Utah at 5, lawmakers calling a first-of-its-kind special session to address economic fallout due to the pandemic. And the president plans to reopen the economy, but how will he actually do it? That and more coming up.
Plus, Jared, I am tracking dangerously cold wind chill values. Details coming up in just a bit.
Live from Utah's first TV station, Good Morning Utah at 5 starts now.
Good morning, Utah. It is 5 right now on your Tuesday morning. I'm Jared Jotnini. We've got Brian Carlson anchoring from home. We'll get to him in a moment. But we begin this morning with the latest numbers on the COVID-19 pandemic. According to Johns Hopkins University, there are nearly 2 million confirmed cases around the world. Over 458,000 people have recovered, while more than 119,000 people have died from the virus. Nationwide, there are more than 582,000 confirmed cases of the virus. Of those, more than 44,000 people have fully recovered, while the death toll has now surpassed 23,000. Statewide, the Department of Health says 218 people have recovered from the virus, which is everyone who tested positive over the past 3 weeks. There are more than 2,300 confirmed cases of the virus. More than 45,000 have been tested for COVID-19, with the rate of positive results remaining steady around 5%. 201 patients have been hospitalized. 18 people have died from the virus. No new deaths to report. As health officials are learning more about the virus, we expect to see a peak in cases around mid-May and the stay-at-home order likely to be extended. On Monday, the criteria for getting tested expanded. Now, if you have a sore throat, a cough, or fever, you are encouraged to get tested. There is no clear end in sight. The state is urging folks to keep up current social distancing guidelines.
The growth rate of our cases has been declining over the past several days. With this outbreak, we are looking at a 2-week trend in order to start making any assumptions because the incubation period is 2 weeks. So we're hoping this trend stays consistent. But in order to really have faith behind the numbers, we need to get more people tested.
The health department will continue to monitor the spread of COVID-19. Many are wondering how and when President Trump will reopen the economy. We've got Brian Carlson following this story this morning, anchoring from home. Brian, we hear the phrase reopen the economy a lot. What does it actually mean?
Well, that's a good question here, Jared. I mean, so what businesses are open, which ones don't? How does it happen? Does it happen all at once? Does it trickle out? Right now, all those are unclear this morning. But I did find several reports of interviews with the president and his administration that give us a glimpse of what it could look like. Now, according to Bloomberg.com, it may begin in small cities and towns where the virus hasn't quite had a big impact as other states. For example, Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming all fit that description. The website cites an interview the president recently did on Fox News. He says, quote, "We're looking at the concept where we open sections of the country, and we're also looking at the concept where you open up everything." Now, the president's top infectious disease specialist, Dr. Anthony Fauci, told CNN on Sunday, "It may be possible to judge by the end of the month if we know we can ease up on some of these social distancing guidelines." And right now, there's not a lot of answers here, but we know that governors in both the East Coast and the West Coast are now meeting together to come up with a plan to coordinate reopening the economy together. You know, something we were all waiting for, Jared. How do we get life back to normal, and how soon can we do it?
We're seeing this push on a national and state level. Thank you, Brian. Governor Gary Herbert and state legislative leaders have announced a special session on Thursday to address the state's budget needs amid the COVID-19 pandemic. This special session will be unlike any other, as it'll be all virtual. In other words, conducted remotely so state lawmakers can participate from home. During the session, they plan to formally accept federal funding as well as reevaluate the budget given the impact of COVID-19 on education, the economy, and the healthcare systems. The St. George area made national news after an ABC crew reported that life is going on as normal in Washington County, and some local officials who came under fire are calling the piece incomplete. While city leaders admitted some Washington County residents are not practicing social distancing, they did say life is anything but normal. Officials say the governor's recommendations are being taken into account, and like other counties, it's taking a toll on the local economy.
pretty much nobody is operating their business as usual. Think of the hotel, motel, tourism industry, the airline industry. These are areas that are affecting people here in our community enormously. So we don't want to have more cases, but we do have to acknowledge the few number of cases we have.
Lots of impacts there. Mayor Pike says the Southwest Utah Public Health Department declined his request for a stay-at-home order. Pike says he's urged health officials to use Salt Lake County's restrictions as an example.
Time now for your weather on the 4s.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Erica Martin. Today's outlook, this is our 500 millibar chart. I often show this to you simply because I want you to see higher up in the atmosphere, we're seeing a lot of cold air filtering in. That's going to be the trend for the next couple of days, so get used to it. Be sure you bundle up. Conditions are definitely cold out there. Current temperature for Salt Lake City, 30 degrees, Provo 26, Rock Springs at 15, Moab currently at 28 degrees. Moab, you do have a freeze warning issued and in effect until 10 a.m. this morning. Logan 28, Wendover 36, Elko currently at 18 degrees, Delta 21, St. George 45, Lake Powell 41, and Blanding currently at 25 degrees. Here is that freeze warning in effect until 10 a.m., including Delta, Grand Junction, and Moab. Be mindful of that. Conditions are very cold, unseasonably so. Cold trend continues for the next couple of days. I am tracking some more rain-snow mix and a freeze warning in effect until 10 a.m. Coming up in just a bit, I'm going to show you our wind chill values, or those feels like temperatures. It feels a lot colder than those actual temperatures. Back to you.
All right, Erica, cold inside, cold outside. I brought my Shaw, so you're not the only one this morning. But hey, let's take a live look at our commute. This is I-15 at 2,550 south in Salt Lake City. Still early, not much going on. Smooth sailing thus far. Don't forget, for the latest weather conditions, download our Pinpoint Weather app from Google Play or the App Store. And while you're at it, check out our news app there too. The pandemic has created a growing demand for personal protective equipment. To help meet that need, Intermountain Healthcare is manufacturing protective face shields. Health officials say face shields are an important piece of PPE, but are normally used only during large outbreaks. Due to the global demand and rising prices, it's difficult to get the masks in bulk, and Intermountain brainstormed a solution.
With COVID-19, we've made sure, as far as our production process, that we're separating people. And we put people outside here in individual stations, and then you come in here. We've made sure where everybody is at least 6 feet apart as we work through this process.
Intermountain expects to make nearly 50,000 face masks by the end of the week. Shipments have already gone to Intermountain hospitals, University of Utah Healthcare, and the Salt Lake VA Hospital. Intermountain also plans to ship statewide. New this morning, Tip Your Server campaign received a generous donation on Monday, $100,000. The program has helped employees of any Salt Lake bar or restaurant that may have been laid off during the COVID-19 pandemic. Last month, officials say the food service workers were among the top industry to file for unemployment insurance. The program is a collaboration between Salt Lake City and actor Ty Burrell. If you are experiencing symptoms of COVID-19, there are some simple steps you can follow. The state of Utah has deployed a website you can access at coronavirus.utah.gov. Once you're there, you'll see a line at the top of the page with a phone number for information about the virus. That number there at the top of your screen. If you're worried you have COVID-19, here's the four main symptoms rather: sore throat, cough, and fever. You can also get a test the same day if you feel like you need one. In other headlines, we're tracking Lori Vallow Daybell, the Idaho mother charged in connection to her missing children. She is now being investigated for her husband's first wife's death. Tammy Daybell is Chad Daybell's former wife. She died suddenly back in October. Daybell married Vallow in Hawaii just weeks after her death. The prosecutor in Fremont County, Idaho, went to 2 other county prosecutors for help before asking the state's attorney general to assist with Tammy Daybell's death investigation. According to East Idaho News, the prosecutors say they couldn't take on the case. Chad and Lori Vallow Daybell are also being investigated for conspiracy, attempted murder, and murder in connection to Tammy's death. Lori's children have been missing since September. 5:08 right now on Good Morning Utah. Coming up next, new information about the stimulus checks millions of Americans are waiting on. See when yours will be in the mail later this morning.
We're going to revisit this date in Jazz history when Kobe Bryant lit up the Jazz in the final game of his career. Sports is coming up next.
Time now for ABC 4 News Sports with Wesley Ruff.
The Utah Jazz continue to be in the news nationally. On Sunday, Rudy Gobert talked about his relationship with Donovan Mitchell on Instagram, and then Mike Conley won his first-round game of horse, so he moves on to the semifinals on Thursday. Conley also said the team has stayed in touch during this lockdown.
Yeah, we've had a few Zoom meetings with our whole team where we just sit there and we chat for about an hour and talk about everything under the sun. And everybody's doing well, from coaches to players to staff. So everybody's just trying to get through it just like everybody else is.
And even though the NBA season is postponed, we're still committed to giving you highlights. So we're going back in time to show you this date in Jazz history. April 13th, 1992, Karl Malone scored 42 points against the Warriors, a physical game. He made 20 of 24 free throws, and the Jazz won at 138-99. In 1999, the strike-shortened season, the Jazz were playing their third game in 3 days. Malone had 30 points. The Jazz won in overtime, 105-100. And in 2016, the Jazz were in Los Angeles for Kobe Bryant's final game. We all remember how this one went. Kobe missed his first 5 shots before hitting this one over Gordon Hayward. Kobe drives the basket, scores the bucket over his head. Then he gets around Hayward for the dunk. In the fourth quarter, the Jazz were up by a dozen. Kobe sinks the 3-ball. In total, he hit 8 shots in the fourth quarter, 3 from beyond the arc. And with 30 seconds left, the Jazz up by just 1. Kobe hits the deep jumper over Trey Lyles to give the Lakers the lead, and that was the last basket of his career. He hit 2 free throws to get him to 60 points, and the only other Laker to score in double figures that night, future Jazzman Jordan Clarkson. The Lakers won it 101-96, Mamba out. Well, the NFL Draft coming up next week. ABC4 is your NFL Draft headquarters. Next week, we'll have online specials on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 1 o'clock to 1:30 on ABC4.com. On Thursday and Friday, we'll have draft recaps at 9:30 here on ABC4. And the NCAA Gymnastics Championships were supposed to be taking place this week with no gymnastics going on. We went back into the archives and found this story I did on the Utah team back in 2002, and it's a very painful memory. The Utah gymnastics team is in great shape. One of the things they do to help stay in shape is box. They got hooked on the sport during preseason, and they continue to box during the regular season. They pair off, and one gymnast throws punches while the other holds the pads. Some, like Shannon Bowles, really get into it. Check out her face. I was invited to join the team on a Saturday morning, and I held the pads for Bowles. But what I really wanted to do was box. I mean, glove up and just throw some punches and see just how tough these girls really are. So they hooked me up with Teresa Kulikowski, one of the top gymnasts in the country. But when it comes to boxing, she's a little timid. Come on, you want some of this? I tried to get her to throw some punches, but she must have been afraid of messing up my hair or something. She did land a couple of shots, but it was nothing that I couldn't handle. My next opponent was Kim Allen, who, unlike Coolio, was not afraid to go after a sportscaster. In fact, it looked like she had been waiting for a moment like this for a long time because she had some build-up aggression that she was taking out on me. And it was somewhere in there that I found out that I not only have the eye of the tiger, I also have the jaw of glass. Kim landed a solid shot that rocked me back on my heels and had me seeing stars and hearing lullabies. It really didn't hurt too much, probably because I didn't feel anything for a while afterwards. I vaguely remember thinking how bad this was going to look on TV, and you know what? I was right. After I picked up my marbles and nursed my bruised ego, I left. But I'll be back. I'm not afraid. I'm a little afraid, especially of Kim Allen. 18 years later, and it still hurts, especially my pride. Have a great Tuesday, everybody, and stay safe.
That was a really good story. Current temperature right now for Logan, 28 degrees. Evanston at 13. Rock Springs, 15 degrees. Salt Lake City at 30. Delta, 21. Price, 16. Hanksville at 30. Moab, you do have a freeze warning in effect until 10 a.m. this morning. Lake Powell at 41. And St. George currently at 45 degrees. Once again, I'm going back to these wind chill values because sometimes, even though those temperatures are warmer, you consider the winds. And, of course, it feels a lot colder than the actual temperature. temperature, dangerously so, I'd say. Salt Lake City, it feels like 23 degrees, feels like 13 in Delta. Ely 5, it feels like 16 in Cedar City. And Vernal, it feels like 10 degrees for you. Rock Springs, it feels like a really dangerously cold 0. So here's your freeze warning in effect, including Grand Junction, Moab, and Delta. So again, in effect until 10 a.m. Keep that in mind. We have a lot of cold air filtering in from the north, and it's settling into place. High-res satellite right now. Let's get this looping. Even though we have this area of high pressure just to the east of us, we have this trough digging on down from the northwest. That will be our next weather maker. So we're expecting increasing clouds later tonight, especially along the Wasatch Front. We could see a little bit of an AM mix tomorrow, and then rain showers, and then more of a mix. So high-res satellite picking up on some clouds, but for the most part, conditions are going to be mostly clear. So a cold start to the day, 32 degrees, 41, and chilly, breezy, 41 rather at 11 a.m. and 50 at 3 p.m. Clouds increasing later in the day. For St. George, 11 a.m. lots of sunshine, 59 degrees, and 65 at 3 p.m. So enjoy this really nice temperature for you along St. George. Futurecast put this into motion starting this at 5 a.m. You can see the influence there of those northerly winds. And St. George, your outlook is at least looking really nice as far as I'm concerned. 70 starting tomorrow for the next several days. That's your stretch. I am tracking some increasing clouds late Thursday into Friday. I'm not confident it's going to be completely dry there, so I do have to add that and certainly mention that. Now for Wednesday, it looks like we could see a wintry mix. Temperatures finally climbing by the weekend. Back to you.
All right, Erica, thanks so much. Let's take a live look outside for your morning commute. This is I-15 at I-215 South Interchange. Not too many people out on the roadways this morning, probably because most are working from home. Time now 5:17. Still ahead on Good Morning Utah. A triple murder has family members of the victims asking why aren't investigators doing more to solve the case. We investigate the case in Justice Files.
I'm ecstatic to be home. I mean, you can't even imagine.
All right, and one man describes what it was like to fight off the deadly COVID-19 virus. Hear how he did it a little later this hour. And as we head to break, we leave you with a live look at the Capitol. Gorgeous lights as people just waking up this morning. Good Morning Utah. We'll be right back.
Now the Justice Files. Frustration is building over a murder case gone cold in Idaho. A Utah man was convicted of helping the killers, but he won't confess who they are. Now, for every crime, there's a story, and the truth matters. Here's ABC4's senior crime and punishment correspondent, Marcos Ortiz.
A Utah man confessed to helping murder 3 members of one family near Malad, Idaho, but he refused to say who the real killers were. Now, a family member is asking for the public support because they say after 7 years, authorities aren't doing anything about it.
I cannot fathom why no more arrests have been made. It seems to me that they have something.
It's April 2013, and Idaho authorities arrive at a grisly scene inside this home near Holbrook, just west of Malad. Earlier, a man arrives to pick up his dogs at the home when he finds a 2-year-old girl sitting on the steps. Inside, the man finds the child's parents, Yvette Carter and Trent Christensen, and his father, Brent Christensen, all dead. Another baby is in Carter's arms, alive, but covered in blood.
It tells me that my sister's dying act was to save her baby, to protect her.
Back in 2013, the Idaho Oneida County Sheriff says a marijuana growing operation is found in the basement, and about 60 pit bulls are rounded up, believed to be part of a dog-fighting ring.
How that's all going to come together, we don't really know yet, but yeah, you can say that might be drug-related, might be dog-fighting related. May not have anything to do with either one.
I do not believe that it was the dogs or the marijuana, simply because they left $95,000 worth of marijuana and all of the dogs on the property.
2 years later, Severo Lueta of Garland pleads guilty to aiding and abetting. The Idaho Press claims Lueta is with 5 other suspects at the home.
His role was he was present. He drove down there with others. He was present, but he did not pull a trigger.
According to Idaho authorities who testify in Lueta's case, the Garland suspect knows the 2 men who pulled the trigger. Apparently, they're from northern Utah.
Brigham City and Tremont are the main 2 I've heard. They have something. Why haven't there been more arrests made?
I think the main thing is people being afraid to come forward with more information. People have to know they can be anonymous. They can help fill in some of the gaps.
Merrill says the sheriff is keeping them out of the loop and won't answer their questions. She just wants to remind them and the public that her sister, husband, and his father didn't deserve this.
No matter what was going on in that house, none of the victims deserve what happened to them, and it's going to take the communities getting involved and caring enough about the victims to get the police to continue to investigate this.
As for the children who survive,
they're awesome. They're amazing. They're the bright light in all of this.
The sheriff from Idaho never returned any of our calls. For more information about this triple murder, visit our website, abc4.com, and follow the links. For the Justice Files, Marcos Ortiz, ABC4 News.
Hello, I'm meteorologist Erica Martin. Weather headlines for today include a cold trend, a cold snap continuing for the next couple of days, tracking some more rain-snow mix. But guys, I definitely want to give you at least some better news, warmer this upcoming weekend. So here is today's outlook. We have below normal temperatures for today, dangerously cold lows, so be mindful of that. Be sure you bundle up, especially those wind chill valleys as I've been showing you all morning long. We have a lot of cold air sliding into place, and that's why conditions are unseasonably cold. I promise it's going to improve by this upcoming weekend. Park City at 16 degrees, Heber City 14 for you, Morgan 17, Pleasant Grove at 27, Sandy 26 degrees, Salt Lake City at 30, South Jordan only seeing mid-20s. These are actual temperatures. These are not the wind chill values. And Tooele 27 degrees. So conditions right now are dry, but FutureCast is showing us some more precip making it into our area, and it looks like a rain-snow mix early tomorrow, and that's simply because conditions will be cold enough to change everything that we're seeing as far as precip goes into some snow showers. So details coming up on that, Jared, in just a bit.
This is our last round of snow.
Right.
Time now 5:25. Time to take a look at our roads. This is I-15 at 14,000 South in Draper. Still early, not much going on, no issues. All right, Brian, Erica.
All right, Jared, let me ask you a question.
Do you know what today is?
What?
I do know what today is. I was about to ask you the same thing.
Oh.
I know what today is.
Do you?
Do you?
I love it.
Right? Okay, so we are hopefully all on the same page here. It is Taco Tuesday, which means Taco Bell is giving away free tacos today.
Ooh.
I love a good crunch.
I know. Who doesn't love a good crunch, right?
God. Yeah.
Taco Bell is giving away free Doritos Locos Tacos for the 3rd week in a row, and it's their way just simply to remind everyone we're all in this Corona fight together.
Can you say that again, Brian?
If you go online, actually I did this a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, can you say it again? Put a little
Give me one more
accent on
time.
it for me, please.
Burritos.
Oh, hold on, here we go. So Taco Bell is giving away a free Doritos Locos Tacos for the 3rd week in a row. Grab them today at Taco Bell location near you.
All right, well, since you're working from home, you'll have plenty of time on your hands to bring us in a load of tacos,
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, that's true, but don't go eat them
what's
all
interesting?
at home.
Yeah. I was looking this up online at TacoBell.com. If you look at the price for all their tacos, it just says for the Doritos Locos Tacos, it says on us. That's it. I thought that was pretty cool.
All right, well, now you have us hungry, so thanks so much, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
All right.
Anything I can do.
527, next on GMU, food supply in America running low. Hear how 2 groups plan to address the problem.
Governors on both coasts teaming up with plans to potentially reopen their states for business. I'm Alex Brachet in Washington. I'll have those details coming up.